chocolate chip. Look at that. All right, Reagan, are you ready to brush your teeth? Yeah. Scrub those teethers, those chompers, I guess is more appropriate, huh? All right, I'll clean up your chair. We have absolutely zip plans today, which means me and Reagan are gonna go to the library because it's been a while since we've gone, and I don't know, it's probably been a week. And I feel that the laziness should not play a factor on my end because our days here are numbered where we have endless days back to back to back playing with one another. So you're gonna have to forgive me. I did not bring my camcorder inside the library, but I was intending to. I just really had to pee. We are heading home. We checked out 19 books, which is a lot, but we only have a couple weeks to read them before they are due back. So we are gonna get home, get our book reading on, but I am super hungry. I'm sure Reagan is ready for lunch, in which case we are aiming to get our lunch on first. Dang, today could have been a perfect vlog day. It could have been Reagan. It could have been. When my dad had passed away, he had left behind his Camry, and this was probably one of the few cars, maybe two ever, that he ever bought brand new without it having prior miles, no CarMax situation, just straight new. I think we always joked that it was a midlife crisis, although I don't think it really was, but he had decked out this Camry so much. He had loaded it with everything that he had to wait for it to show up because it was custom. Basically, the stuff he was putting in the car at the store, they didn't have a car of it at that time, and so he had to wait, but he decked it all out. Will has been driving it to and from work, but with Reagan's new adventure here starting up and just kind of life changing paces for me and Will, it was time that we had upgraded our vehicle. And so upon doing that, we had moved the Camry around, so it's now shuffling owners. Erica will now own the Camry, and so we are going, me and Reagan, to tag along with Erica and Heather in the morning to get the car registered and do all that fun paperwork under their name, and it'll be good. But Will is outside right now and he is just emptying it out. I don't think there's really much in there. I don't think we showed you the new car yet, so I want to see if Will is free to give a tour of the car so he can kind of show you some of the features of it, but not like an official review because you can just YouTube that, but at least some form of a tour of how it'll work for us.
So we are coming to you from the new addition to the family, right? It's a 2022 Honda Pilot Trail Sport.
Oh my gosh, no, it's not a full review.
No? Okay.
Yeah, because there's
All right.
YouTube videos for that.
So we had decided that we needed to make a purchase. I think in one of the last videos you saw us at a dealership. So situations are changing. Casey's going back to work. Right now, that looks like her being from home, but it could look like her being from the office. But in either situation, we are really not in a space where we feel comfortable keeping Reagan at home with Casey, working or at home with a stranger in our house. So we had to make the tough decision that most American families have to make is it time for daycare? And unfortunately for Reagan, and fortunately for Reagan, that's a yes. We say unfortunately because, you know, she's very clingy to her mom. She loves her mom up and down. She cuddles with her at night, but it's time to start breaking that and getting her to hang out with some more friends and getting to know new people and new adults and kind of getting that exploratory side of her, because right now her explorations take place inside of the house. It's whether or not to go into the front room or not, and now she's going to have so much more to play with. So with that in mind, Casey's schedule looks a little different. She'll be working West Coast hours, supporting her whole team. She's actually going back to work, like the true meaning of back to work, not just like back to the career field, but she's going back to her old job with her old manager and her old team. So she's going to be working West Coast hours in East Coast. So that looks like her starting at 10, working till 8:30, because she's going to be working 4 10-hour days, keeping her Friday with Reagan. We had to pick a daycare that kind of fit both of our schedules. So we compromised and picked a daycare right by my work.
That's so accurate to life. We had to do something that accommodated both of us, so we did what fit me.
Yeah. Mommy is going to be taking her to nursery school, and I'll be picking her up daily. We had some concerns with the vehicle that we had previously. While it was a phenomenal car, that's right, Reagan, it was a phenomenal car. It's very nice, it's fully loaded. The only issue is just my size in Reagan's rear-facing car seat. We could not both fit comfortably.
Will is 6'6".
I'm 6'6", and we have a very nice car seat, and a lot of the top of the line ones were the same size, and we wanted to keep her in the middle for safety purposes, which looked like me biting the steering wheel. So nothing against Toyota Camrys, they're a great car, but we needed something that fit our life. So we decided to jump on this SUV. And now let's explain why we picked with a couple of the features we went after. It's third row, not because we have a 8-person family, but because we still have dogs. I mean, one concern with SUVs, cars, trucks alike is, does that vehicle have the AC vents needed to support your furry friends?
If they'll ever be in the car.
If they'll ever be in the car.
I think we made that decision when we bought the van, that part of that attitude was we should buy a vehicle that accommodates our family 9 out of 10 times moving forward, and our whole family is the dogs as well.
Yeah. So we bought the third row so we can fold the seats down and have AC vents back there. You know, when it's cold, like right now it's 36 degrees outside, we want to be able to pump them heat. And when it's hot, we want to be able to pump them air, so that way they're comfortable back there. So third row SUV was a must for the AC vents. It was a must for us to have something new. So we were looking at 2021s and 2022s, because this is by far outside of our house our largest purchase. So we wanted to feel comfortable knowing that we're getting ready to commit to a large loan and not have to worry about a vehicle breaking down in 3 years. We went with Honda, largely because Honda loads a lot of its tech into its lower trim models. Now, we say that, and we went in for a lower trim model, and we fell in love with the one on the showroom floor, and got the higher trim model, which is this one, which accommodated some of my requirements. I wanted a 4-wheel drive SUV, largely because I felt like we're getting a larger vehicle. No, our day-to-day does not look like needing a 4-wheel drive, but just like with the dogs, they may not ever be in the car, but we want to accommodate them for when we need them in the car. We may not ever need 4-wheel drive, but if we want to go drive up in the snow, in the mountains, given we're now in northern Georgia, we have a vehicle that we can feel comfortable with when needed. And lastly, it had to have a towing capacity that was pretty significant. Some of its competitors, like the Pathfinder, the Journey, which were all decent SUVs in the same size range, had lower towing capacities right around 2,000 pounds, and my boat and trailer with nothing in it is 1,700 pounds, so we're at the top of the capacity. So we know that towing wouldn't have been optimal, but we went with a 5,000 pound capacity vehicle, so we're below the mid-range, so towing should feel fairly comfortable. It sits higher off the road, which is nice because I feel like I can step out of the vehicle. I'm not stepping down into the vehicle. It has running boards, so short people like Casey and Reagan, when she's first learning to, walk on her own, can step up into the car fairly comfortable. But it's got the safety features. It's got advanced airbags. It's got lane departure assist warnings. It's got dynamic or advanced cruise control, whichever term your car company uses. It's got a lot of the smart tech features. So we could compromise on a larger vehicle without losing the features that we had in the Camry. So all around, while it's a new experience for us, we've not owned an SUV before, we've not bought something new, I think that it's been a fairly seamless process, given that we went in knowing how to work with car dealers. We went in knowing what we were comfortable with, what we were and we're not going to settle for. We're not going to settle for something that didn't fit our family.
Full disclaimer, we're going around our neighborhood at like 6 miles an hour.
4. That's because it's 36 degrees, and when we sat in the car we wanted it to be on, and the AC doesn't really work unless you're moving. Like
I was
all cars.
gonna give a better, I mean the lighting is horrible. I was gonna give a better tour of our vehicle, but it was too cold to stand outside, so we had to get in the car naturally, and because he's Will, he had to move.
Reagan's named her Big Betty.
Ew. My dad made some comment that you weren't supposed to name like reliable cars. Is that true?
Because only the, like, come on Betty.
Yeah, like cars that suck have names, but cars that are good shouldn't have a name.
That's
Is what
fair.
he said. I don't know. Like he made some comment once.
What the
Yay!
I just finished cleaning out the Camry.
And so, Papa, if you're watching, this one's for you.
Your garage door opener. Your house key. Another key. We assume it's yours. And your earring.
No, it's not. This is from, I think, one of my old wallets or something, right? That
Something
book
like
wallet,
that.
maybe?
Maybe.
This might be, I don't know what key this is. Maybe it's Tampa, maybe? I don't know, it's funny looking.
Hillman? Yeah, I think that's Tampa.
Stuff. Say, Papa! Papa! Say, Papa! Say it, Reagan!
Come on, sorry!
Say it, Reagan!
Come on, please! Come here, come on, I'm getting on your back. That's right, you pet the doggies, that's right. You like your Kona, you're nice to your Kona. Say, I love you.
Copper!
That's not your beef!
That's not yours. That's Reagan's.
I didn't buy this for you. I bought it for her. Now look, see how I'm handing it to her? That's the baby's. Where's mine? Come on!
Kona, what the? Okay, that's random. Get off the furniture. William, why are you condoning this?
I'm looking at my soldier in the face. You know your orders when I'm not here, right? Protect the baby at all costs. You look over this house.